Alright, that's all I got for that. I'm going to start every episode now with a harmonica riff. Okay. We are back. We're not in studio for episode 33 of Canadian Talk. So the camera angle, you're probably saying right now is like, that's not so good. Or you're saying, where are we? And yeah, let me just press that button there. Okay. So, well, there's a washer or a dryer. So today, just to spice things up, now that the fire ban is over, we are going to be videotaping the episode with a drone. And I'm going to do a tour of a structure that I just finished building. I just have to put the garage door on it. And we got all kinds of other stuff we're going to talk about while we're rocking it. So that is what's going to happen today. Looked like I got a little bit of ash into my beer, which is no good. Bohemian, which is also not that great. The wind is pretty decent right now. If the wind picks up, then I'm not sure if this drone is going to be... I'm gonna put this up here so I don't keep looking off to the side. Yeah, if the wind picks up, the drone might get a little bit too wiggly for the shot that I'm looking for. But I'm going to start the fire, and then we'll go from there. We'll start the episode. Hi. Yep. Okay, so I kind of knew that this was going to happen. There might be an interruption in the area that we're recording this in. So I think first things first, I want to take this thing on a tour of this building over here. Also, we'll have to see how quickly we run out of battery. But yeah, okay, so I'm going to take us to this building that I built here in, okay, so... I really should have practiced my driving before I started this. So there's the siding. It's ultimately it's a garage. I'm not trying to dox myself here, show them where I'm located, but what I am trying to do is show this structure. See what it looks like from up top here. Shingling looking a little wavy. That was all installed by me. That's why it looks so shitty. And then there we are down there. Okay, so I guess I could just leave it up there for a little while. Yeah, and then I'll go into the structure from the other side here over where I am. Can you see the fire? Oh yeah, you can see the fire. Yeah, so welcome back everybody for episode 33. I'm pretty short on substance today because I've been busy with certain things. So I was kind of, maybe I'm overcompensating by bringing on the drone, just because I don't have a whole lot to talk about, at least not that I can think of right now. And when I've got interruptions, I get distracted and then I can't think of anything. Because I feel like within 5 or 10 minutes, there will be potentially a child out here asking to play with the drone. That could happen. Let me have a look at how they old. Let me see what I look like here. Oh yeah, God, why didn't I move that dryer? That looks so freaking sketchy. That would have been one thing that I should have moved before I recorded this. Would be the dryer. Battery's at 75%, so it should last for anywhere between 30 and 60 minutes, which is more than enough time I'll need today. You know, yeah, we're alive. We're out here. We're recording a podcast. That's what we're doing with the help of a drone. You know, like, what do we got going on? So, like, all the corona restrictions have all been lifted, which is pretty good, at least where I am. And things seem to be going back to normal. Like, oh man, of course I would sit right downstream of the smoke in the spot that I picked to sit. So I'm gonna get smoked out of the joint. I wonder if you'll be able to hear the crackling of the fire on the mic on this one, just like you can in the studio. This podcast is going to be heavy with lulls. I think, what else do I have to say about that coronavirus thing? I mean, it's nice that it's easing up. I saw this thing where Rand Paul, or whatever his name was, he's still alive. He was questioning Fauci. This is the most recent one. Like, Ben Shapiro shared it. I was like, okay, so that's not really that's pretty right source. Right-leaning. And they were talking still about coronavirus and like where it came from. And Rand Paul was trying to make the case that it came from like from a lab because of this gain of function research stuff. Sorry, I'm just over there. Actually, I would like to go zoom in on these crows eating from this bin. I also saw these crows fighting with a cat. So hold on here. I'm going to go and get a close-up of these crows. Hopefully they stay. Stay there. There's like 5 of them. Hold on. Oh, that's up. Trying to get down. Okay. There we are. Well, that's a pretty good angle for the future. We'll come back here after we go check out these crows. See if we can freak them out. So they are over there by the bin. See if we can catch them. See if we can sneak up on them. See if we can sneak up on them. Oh, I just about hit a stick. Oh, they're all flying away. Are they all flying away? I think I scared them all. Oh, there's that one guy up by the wire over there. Okay, I don't want to leave the yard too much or show other people's houses. That's the problem with this. You can see them. They all ran away. They were eating the neighbors. Their little box thingy. That looks pretty tasty. Understandable. I'd probably eat that too. Fresh and juicy. All right, let's bring her back home here. Get back to the podcast. Or actually, I guess we can show a view of the building and just do like that quick little inside tour with the drone here before we bring it back to the podcast over here. Oh, that's great. Let's look down at the gravel. What do we got here? That's the thing about this drone that I have. I got it from Costco, and it can only look down, which is kind of annoying. Battery is at 60%, so we're getting an idea of how long it lasts. We're 10 minutes in, so. Right there we are over there. Okay, so let's see this structure here. I tried to keep as much of these trees as I could when I built it. I built it all by hand. I mixed the concrete with a little mixer that I have. My other one, the structure that is the podcast studio. It's the same structure. It's got the same siding made of pallets. That one I mixed in a wheelbarrow, and I ended up like by the end of it, I got it done kind of, but by the end of it, I had you wouldn't call it a cramp. I think you'd call it like it seized up so that it was like I couldn't straighten it. I think that's like pulling a muscle or something like that, or straining a muscle pretty severely. So yeah, this one is going to be a garage though. The other one is more of a building. It's it's got 2 levels and stuff in it, but I did the tall wall design where I did the whole stud with one continuous stud from top to bottom, because I guess the city requires that, which is bullshit. But oh, the fire is attacking me again. That's why there's the delay. Yeah, I've been missed the last couple weeks of episodes just because fire is like a huge part of this. And I wasn't sure if the fire ban included like indoor stoves like what I have at the studio, so I just didn't want to test it. Okay, so let's try to make our way through these trees here and into the structure. And let's see if it's even light enough in there for me to get a shot. I made this driveway, lined it with rocks. It's pretty big. You could fit any size RV on there, I'd say, but it does need a lot of compaction before I'd want to put an RV on it. You're going to tip your fucking RV over. Alright, let's fly on in there. Oh yeah, looks like we might get the light we're looking for here. So pretty soon here, I'm going to have to fly all by camera. And let's enter. Alright. So now I'm flying all by camera. I could see it before a bit. Okay. Oh, the remote is also at like half battery. So if the remote runs out of battery too, the thing is just going to bring itself back in land. Also, it brings itself back in land at like 20%, and we're at 50. So I think we're probably going to have another 15 minutes. This little drone fly is going to end up taking the whole video. Oh, nice. I'm showing my nice little crooked door that I put in. Definitely needs some wood around it. Oh, okay. So let's get a pan around. It's nice and messy in here, of course. Oh, and what's good about it, what sucks is I want to go up and show you like how tall it is, but the camera doesn't look up, so you're not going to get an idea of how tall it is. I'll just try to maybe bring the drone up without hitting the roof, and then you can see how high up I can get. You can see that already. That's the 3rd row of blocking. I was hoping I could. You know what? I'm just gonna walk over there to get a shot of the beam, because I want to show the beam from the inside. I wanted to come back to the mic to make a comment on what you're seeing right there, because I'm really high up. Like, I'm so close to the roof. I want to make sure I don't accidentally hit it, because I can't look up. That there you can see I don't have the soffits done yet, but if I spin myself around, so you can see actually pretty nicely from right here. And then there's your beam. There's my window and my garage door that I put in. And you can see all that rafter blocking that I had to put in. I put in like 3 rows because they just kept on saying put in more and more and more. So you can see the beam is a triple. I've got a, yeah, that's a triple. I won't get into it too much. Just the old big LVLs there. Fancy wood that you can use for that stuff. And I've got it sitting on these columns. Oh, and you can see I got a double top plate all the way around. It looks a little weird because I originally had it single top plate. And I fucking threw in, because so what happened actually was the other structure I did a single top plate for both, because I thought I could land. This is going to be really boring, not very comedic, and battery is dwindling. I guess I can land it and maybe still video. I wonder. What was I saying? That yeah, the other one, the rafters landed right on top of the vertical studs, so I didn't need a double top plate, which was, I got lucky at the other one. They're all perfect, and then this one they didn't line up perfect, so I had to manually go in there and cut every stud up on a ladder and put in a double top plate. It was rough. It really was. Total, it's like 16. Like the rules for the city is that it can be like 16'7". This one is, I would say, exactly that at the peak. You can see the vaulted ceilings, which is pretty sweet. And then there's that beam. 12 inches of what you can see, but it also, in the middle, it goes up to 18 inches. The middle one is an 18-inch LVL, so there's different philosophies on whether or not you want to use LVLs of different web heights in a system. But the way that I set this one up, it actually works very well, because all the weight, I don't know how much time I want to waste on this, but all the weight sits on top of the LVLs, all 3 at once, because the rafters are 2x6s, and when you put an 18 with a 12, if your rafters are 2x6, it sits perfectly with the angle right on that adjacent LVL. It worked out perfectly. I was actually really happy with it. It's probably one of the best designs, I would say, if you're going to do a staggered web height for your LVL. Okay, so I guess let's try to take ourselves out of here on mic, because we're up pretty high. But let's just have a little more look around. I'm starting to put in some insulation. Big garage door, that is, that's 9 feet high. But I think after all the rigmarole, it'll be like 8.5. And I'm making my own custom garage door out of 2x3s, which should be pretty cool. I've made doors before, but not a lot. Not more than once or twice. So making a garage door that's another 2 feet tall is going to be interesting. I hope that the extra hinge holds it just fine. I think it will, though. I'm not too worried about it. Okay, so let's bring ourselves out here, because we're actually at 25% battery. We're going to run out of battery pretty soon. We're at 20 minutes. So we'll call this one a short one, just a little structure. Hardly even a podcast. I wanted to talk about Bill Cosby, to add a little substance to this. I wanted to talk about Bill Cosby getting out of jail. I wanted to talk about the McGregor fight and how he broke his ankle, which is absolutely crazy. Oh, I just about hit the wall. That is awesome. I've gotten so lucky so far. I'm drifting towards the structure. Okay. Let's get ourselves out of there. Where are we here? There we are. And we'll come straight in for the close-up. Now we can use the drone to fan the laptop to keep it cool. No, that's too close, because then wait, can we get a shot here of it? There we go. Let's do it. We'll do a side profile for a little bit. Until that thing takes itself in for a landing here. We're at 22%, so that might be soon. Yeah, so the McGregor fight, he broke his ankle. That was pretty crazy. Like, so fitting though. One thing I wanted to say about it was weird because he's such a powerful fighter, and he's been so influential, and he uses intimidation. And the way that he had to sit on his butt there after he broke his foot, like he took it tough, right? Like that was impressive. Oh, there goes the drone battery. It was impressive how he was tough, but it really brought him, it humanized him when he was fucking injured like that. It was really funny. Funny, but also just so crazy, like, you know, larger than fighting. It was just interesting to see a person who was on top and then see him brought to the bottom like that. And as he got so unkind and started getting mad at Poirier's wife and stuff, and saying he was going to kill him, that was just not really okay behavior, you know, even if you're a fighter. You know, Poirier said it best, so I'm just repeating other people's words here, but yeah, so let's bring the drone in for a landing because she's running out of battery, and then we'll see if we can videotape still. So far, thanks for tuning in, everybody. This has been a fun episode. I got a pretty small landing platform here, so let's see how we can do it. I think that's why they have it so the camera can point down, because it's for landing, I think. So here, I'll bring it down for a landing there, right on the radio advertisement there. 102.1 will be happy for that. I don't even know if they still exist in Saskatoon. All right. And we're landed with a nice view of the washer. Beautiful. Okay, so it appears to still be recording, so I guess the pressure is on me now. I don't have to stop the podcast yet, but I kind of want to. This was fun. Yeah, I bought that drone. It was I think $500 or $600 from Costco. So anybody should go out there and get it. I'll probably do this more often, but I started at 89% battery. If I started right at 100, I wonder if I'd be able to get like a full 45 minutes out of it, because 25 minutes, that wasn't really long enough. Like if I was gonna, because I was thinking I've got a few guests coming on where I was gonna play a poker game with them quickly before we started the other episode, or just be able to do the whole episode. And I wanted to record it with a drone from like an aerial shot, so you could see the flop as it comes down and all that. You'd have to put it up pretty high, because I feel like the fans would blow the cards away a little bit. Now that this thing really produces wind. It really does. Yeah. So anyway, I guess I have a TikTok account now, so you can go and check that out. Just search up the same stuff, Canadian Talk. And I'll be clipping up these videos for better little short versions of it on there. And then who knows, you know, it'll take me a long time, but all this will be eventually edited up and clipped up, all the episodes into stuff like that. I kind of hate it when fires put smoke into my face, but I also kind of love it. I wonder if like natural wood smoke, this would be, I guess, what, like that's like Native American, it's part of their smokes or whatever they do in, you know, teepees and stuff. I wonder if natural wood burning is actually, if you don't do it too much, if it can be good for you a little bit. Sometimes I think about that, you know. I feel like it could be. It can't be all bad. Just got an alert from All Things Comedy. They got a new video out. All Things Comedy is Bill Burr's channel, one of the comedians that I follow. Pretty good comedy channel. All right, I think I'm kind of trailing off, and I don't have anything of substance really to say, because that drone has my adrenaline so high. So yeah, I'll have to like really think about what I could. That was a cool structure tour, but I'll have to see what I can really use it for in the future, because if I can only get a 30-minute podcast recorded on it, and only half of it without landing, although I flew around, so that might have been what took the battery, and I used a special cinema smooth mode on the thing. So if I kept it in one place, videoed in the minor mode, maybe I could get 45 minutes out of it. But yeah, okay, so that's it for today. Canadian Talk episode 33. That's us out. See ya. Thanks for listening, and any questions or concerns for the show, as well as voice recordings and voice messages that you'd like us to listen to, or advertisement inquiries, please forward those along to canadiantalkwithstephan@gmail.com. Thanks.
Canadian Talk.
We also have a website, Stephanjackson.ca, where you can find a back catalog of all our episodes, and we're also on YouTube, where you can find the video versions.